One of the very basics and important puzzle pieces in the how to calm the mind puzzle is the subject food. So the food is a science by itself. It can be very complex. It depends how deep the person wants to go into this subject. So I will divide this at first in some smaller explanations, and then in other topics I will go deeper into this. So if we're doing everything in a right way, a lot of problems can disappear, and the mind should be much more calm. The mind is then more productive in a way what I like, and not in a destructive way of disturbance. So let's go one step by the other. So the first what is important to consider by food is how much do I eat. So in generally it is always suggested to eat less than I want. It's like a general guideline is from all this what I want to eat, I should reduce 40%. And then the other is then like 20% of water, 20% of air. So it's in generally like 100% of the food. 60% is food, 20% is water, 20% is air. It's a general guideline. Because by eating little bit less, it is easier for the digestive system to process everything. Another important step is the daily rhythm, or the daily cycle, we can say. In the morning should be eat a little bit less because the digestive is not fully operational, like it's not fully working. And then in the middle of the day it is then the most strongest digestive. We call it too the digestive fire is the strongest one. And then after the middle of the day it is cooling down again. So in the evening it should again consume less. So the daily rhythm, the daily routine of when to eat, it's very important. And of course, when the digestive fire is very strong, there should be the most heaviest meal. As the digestive fire is weaker in the morning and in the evening, this should be a smaller meal. Another part is what is the daily things what I'm doing. I'm a sports person, so I have to adjust the food to this. I am doing a lot of learning and more with knowledge I have to do, so I should adjust the diet towards this. Then I want to increase maybe my muscles, I should eat that, or I want to lose weight, so I should eat this. So the food should be adjusted to this what I want, to this what I'm doing during the day. And the same we can say too, that this kind of food maybe will make me calm and the other food will make me fall in action. Another diet is maybe for self-development, the other is for spiritual development, or for increasing sexual desire, or increase the romantic. So food is one of the engines to really can put in working towards this direction, what I want to do or what I'm doing, that it can help to increase the productivity. The next one to consider is to the weather, I mean the climate. If it is outside very hot, then it's fine when my meal is more little bit colder style. It's more hot and cold. But it depends again on which person, which constitution. So when the weather is very damp and very cold, so I should adjust maybe more like to warm and warm food. So if it is very very dry outside like a desert, so I should adjust maybe some food what are moistening. So this is what I mean with this step of the climate have a very important role too in this what I'm eating. I mean just even the daily temperatures. And the next important step are the mixture of the food. This is very important because if the mixture is, for example, not right, it can be difficult to digest. I give an example, fish and milk and potatoes. This is all more difficult to digest and can be very heavy to digest. So this mixture of food should be avoided. What is then of course beneficial are more the food what helps the digestive system to make it more like in a balanced way. For example, I making rice with vegetables and spices what are helping to digest the food. So this is very important to understand the mixture of the food. So please remember that we will go later more deeper in all these smaller subjects. This is just a general guideline. So the next one is if the food is wrongly prepared, maybe overcooked or undercooked. If the food is too old, maybe I made this 3 days ago and now I'm eating, or it is canned food. All of this, and I have to add again the mixture of the food. All this can create a disturbance, and the thought process can be very slowed down. It can even create a very numb mind, or it can create a disturbance in the emotion. So the next one is the sixth taste, what is very important. The sixth taste, each taste is connected to an organ. So by having all the taste in one meal, it is helping to stimulate all the organs, what is helping for a good digestion. The colors are playing too a very important role. So how we see there are a lot of small things what we have to consider, but slowly, step by step, you will learn all this, and then you can integrate it one by one. And it's definitely highly suggested. It will increase the whole, we can say the whole life is more joyful, the whole life is more happiness, the thoughts will be more calm, or when thinking it's in the productive way. I mean the whole life and the people around, everything, the perception is in a much more positive way. But Of course, if you're doing all these things, you can start even just with one. You can just starting by eating less with this 60% should be food, 20% water, 20% air. I mean, what's a whole meal. So, and just try to do it for just 3 weeks or 4 weeks, and look how do you feel, and then you can change too. Then, or another thing, this kind of um, the daily time when should eat the food. If the food is, for example, eating too late, maybe at 8 or 9 o'clock, then you should maybe try what is if I eating at 6 o'clock my last meal. And then just do this for like 3 weeks and look how do you feel, observe yourself, look how you are thinking, this whole process. And it's again will help you just when you sit down, you close your eyes and observe yourself after the meal or while you are eating. And after the 3-4 weeks, you can again change into like eating a lot or eating late, very late, and then look how do you feel, what is the difference. And maybe you will see the difference. And in my personal experience, I definitely liked this much better of eating less and eating at 6 o'clock my last meal. So yeah, it's all about take this knowledge, experience it, find out what is good for you, add one after the other, step by step, slowly you will discover. And we will put together one puzzle piece after the other to complete our whole picture, how to calm the mind.